Hello, welcome to Tech with KG. We're going to do things a little bit different today. I'm going to go over my first look with Halo Infinite multiplayer, and the main purpose of this is going to be to explore the HDR settings with you guys. And I'll do a separate video for the whole entire dedicated settings once I figure all of it out, but I just wanted to go ahead and show you guys what Halo Infinite looks like with the proper HDR settings. Now, first of all, I just want to say that this game looks very beautiful on the Q90T from Samsung right now. This is what I'm playing on, and I am on the latest update, which I will do a separate video about that as well. Um, for the most part, I do like the way everything looks. This is what my settings are on. You wonder why I have sharpness on 9. That's just a personal preference of mine. I don't like when everything is just completely blurry. I do like a little bit of picture processing being introduced. So I feel like when it's at 0, if you take a look at the rock, it does look a little bit blurry. If you go to 9, it's got enough of that sharpness where it's not too distracting, and the rest of the game looks really great. So that's just why I use 9. And contrast enhancer, this is a personal preference thing, but I like to keep it off. I feel like when you turn it on, you're going to start to blow out some highlights. Though with the update, they did make contrast enhancer less harsh on low, but once again, prior update was very harsh of contrast enhancer, so it's great to see it go back to low being actually not too bad, and then high is absolutely you don't want to use it most of the time. And I really wanted to explore a few things with the settings on a Samsung TV first, because the other video that I do will be more about the LG. I'll have a brief take on the LG in this video as well in just a second, but I just wanted to kind of go over my initial settings for your TV. And then we'll get into the in-game settings in just a second. Let me know if you like these kind of style videos. It's not usually my same voiceover from my microphone. And I want to show you that the HGIG button is indeed changing something with the TV. And I prefer to keep it on. You just have way more depth with HGIG on. If you look at the background, you could see the mountain range to your right is becoming a little more detailed. It just has more depth. So use HGIG all the time. I think even when you're playing a non-HGIG game, it just does something that I like. There's nothing else more to say about that. It looks good. Um, really quickly, let's note something on Game Motion Plus. This is something I usually engage, though with the update, seems like it got darker. I noticed that the gamma did drop a little bit um, before, but now it just seems like it got even darker than before. So I don't know, maybe that's just me not realizing how dark it got in the first place, but I definitely feel like it did get darker. So this is still very good, and it still works very well. And so I really do like using it when you need to use it. But this game is in 120 hertz, so you should be fine not to use it. So for the settings, go ahead and turn that up. And if you could see on the HDR calibration screen here, that when you increase it to 100, you see some shine off of that gold in the top left. And then when you decrease it to 0, you see that shine start to go away. So this is the highlight detail slider, is what I'm looking at right now. I'm not sure, I need to do more testing on it, but that's what I'm seeing initially. Alright, so we're back on the LG C1 this time, and I'm checking out the HGIG here. There is an effect, the way you can see HGIG, if it's working or not. Look at the clouds. It is somewhat affected here. Definitely a lot dimmer than the Q90T was just a second ago, which, you know, is to be expected. You go from an LCD to an OLED, and you can see in the HGIG is actually making that purple stick out a little bit more. I don't know if you guys can see that, but Hopefully you can see that. But yeah, so HDIG works, just not to the same extent a lot of people would want. If you want a little bit more brightness at the expense of accuracy, of course, tone mapping on. Look how much it brightens up the game. So it does definitely maybe benefit you to play on tone mapping on if you're somebody who just really wants a bright image for their FPS game. They don't really care about accuracy. Like, in my opinion, even though this game does support HDIG, it seems like HDR tone mapping on is going to be the way a lot of people are going to want to go. So I just wanted to kind of highlight that. I'll check out Dolby Vision in just a second, see how that fares compared to HDIG. Look at this. Now go from standard FPS. You see a little shift in the blue. You are seeing that you're getting more color out of it, the game optimizer mode. So play on RPG if you want a little bit more color pop. Why this is, I still have no idea. So first thing I noticed is there's no HDR slider. On the Samsung, there's an HDR slider. That's not here. And it looks worse. I don't know how to explain it. It just looks worse. Like, there was some real highlight detail in what is going on. Vision gaming, and it looks about the same. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, a game like this, that's bright and beautiful like this, I would definitely prefer to play it on the Q90T. And if I play it on this, I would definitely turn on the dynamic tone mapping feature. Okay, so here is Dolby Vision. What looks better to me is just putting on dynamic tone mapping. Honestly, I just I will prefer that for this game. Alright, well, hopefully this video helped you guys a little bit in figuring out what the heck's going on with the HDR in this game. Like I said, this one doesn't have an HDR slider. The Samsung did. Weird? Yes. Alright, well, I'll have an extensive look at this once we start to figure out what the heck's going on with the actual HDR. Alright, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's just my initial thoughts on the HDR in this game for the LG C1 and the Q90T. I'm more impressed with the Q90T and its ability to do HDR on this game than I am on the LG C1. If you think it's a little dull on the LG C1, just turn on the dynamic tone mapping to on. Don't worry about HDIG and don't worry about Dolby Vision, because I think that this scene right here, though it might look good on video, I'm just telling you it looks a bit too dull for my taste. So I don't know, maybe the Dolby Vision implementation can get better. This was supposed to be that native Dolby Vision game, so just, so it was rumored. I don't know how true that actually is anymore. Maybe the campaign is what's in Dolby Vision, so there's still hope for that. Anyway, guys, if you like this video, please hit the like button. Subscribe for more content in the future. It's going to be more structured stuff than this. I just wanted to show you guys my initial impressions, and kind of my live reactions to the HDR in this game, so to speak, because there's some interesting things that I discovered with it. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you check out my other videos. Have a great day. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.